I have the opportunity to introduce Britt. This is her Project 2 in Speaking to Inform in her Advanced Communication Series manual. Britt is a mother of two active and beautiful children. She is a professional wife, a loving family member, friend, and a tree hugger. She loves planting and growing her own food and is actively involved in 2 community gardens. Britt is currently the lead organizer for the newest community garden in Salt Lake City, the Liberty Wells Community Garden. Britt has been a Toastmaster for over 3 years. She's completed her Competent Communicator, Competent Leadership manuals. Today, completing Project 2 in the Speaking to Inform manual, she will be giving us a rehearsal for a speech she will be presenting at a fundraising breakfast next Thursday for a local nonprofit called Wasatch Community Gardens. Her objectives will be to analyze your audience regarding your chosen subject, focus your presentation at the audience's level of knowledge, build a supporting case for each major point using information gathered through research, effectively use at least one visual aid to enhance the audience's understanding with a time of 5 to 7 minutes. Please welcome up Britt.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Tiffany. So today I'll be telling you a little bit of how I've been working with Wasatch Community Gardens the last couple of years, which has been an amazing experience. So November of 2013, I got an email saying there are 8 spots of land that the city wanted to turn into community gardens for long-term use. And I was so excited, so I raced to that meeting the next day, thinking, I better show up quick and get some of this land. I gotta get a garden going. And I show up and there was like 5 to 10 people kind of trickling in over the couple hours. But I stayed and I met every one of them, and I got their numbers, found out which plots of land they were interested in, and I found the one with the most interest, and I kind of stuck with it, and I somehow talked everyone else into joining me and following me, and soon enough we had a leadership team of all these people that were committed to building this garden. So we started talking to the city, we started working with Wasatch Community Gardens, and they said, okay, we have an application for you. We kind of got this process to go through. And we were one of the first people to do this, and Donovan kind of went through the process as well. We all had to write letters of commitment saying we are committed to sticking with this project. We had to submit that to the city. Once we did that, we had to go to the community council and get their approval. Well, that day that I called them, they were actually so excited that I called. They had actually been looking around the Liberty Wells area, which is kind of by Liberty Park. They've been looking for land to build a community garden. So when I came and asked them if I could have their support, they were more than thrilled. Then we had to get community support. I spent several weekends with my kids going door to door, talking to all the neighbors, letting them know what was up. And I met some of the most amazing people. And I'm so excited for this garden to come because watching the community come together is actually better than any of the food you can grow yourself. And then I had to take a class. We had to have 2 people from our leadership team take a class. And it's called Growing Community Gardens. And when I signed up to take this class, I was told, okay, we're meeting once a week, every Wednesday night for 9 weeks. I thought I was going to be learning about gardening and best practices with plants. Out of the 9 weeks, we only spent 1 day learning about gardening. The rest was about how to make people feel included, how to build community, how to facilitate meetings, how to be a leader in the community. And then we did take one on garden design too that was fun, but the community building aspect was huge. On the first day of this class, we were also asked to make a shield. And this was supposed to protect us against our thoughts of feeling down and discouraged. Because sometimes when you're taking on a huge endeavor, you can get down and forget why you wanted to do it. So we were asked to put 4 reasons why we wanted to take on this project. The first thing I put down was my family, because I do want to lead the next generation into a better life. Not just financially, but leaving a better world behind. love to learn. And in gardening, you're always learning something new. Promoting the health of the planet is important to me. We all live on this beautiful ship flying through outer space. And we need to take care of it. It's not a resource for us to use. It's something to appreciate and to live in harmony with. And then also to promote health. Eating healthy food is huge, but spending time with people and spending time outside in nature is so huge. And I don't think most people realize that until you actually get into it. I mean, you hear people say, oh, go outside, go on a walk. And you think, yeah, that sounds nice. I'm sure that would make me feel better. But when you actually get outside, especially if you're with friends and people you love, you feel so much better. So I look at this often. So let's see, it was November of 2013 that this process started. And it's been a process, like, really get the support, get people committed to signing up to the garden. We have over 50 people now signed up, ready to garden, and we actually have a waiting list, which is awesome. And the ball really got rolling this winter. The last year I've been meeting with my leadership team. We came up with a name, a motto. We've been kind of designing the garden, laying it out how we wanted it to see, how we wanted it to look. And we finally broke ground this spring. So I'm going to be having a PowerPoint, and I didn't want to bring that today. This is a picture of what it used to look like. And my printer's broken, so I have it on my PowerPoint, but I have a picture of what it looks like now. So it used to be this empty parcel, it's just grass with some trees around it. And now all the sod is removed. We have dug out all the beds. You can see individual plots where people will garden. We have a spot where a shed's gonna go, a little playground, and the fence is gonna go up soon. It looks amazing. And I think every Saturday, but for the last month, we've had at least 30 people out from 9 in the morning until noon, digging, filling in the beds, putting the walkways in. And it's been beautiful to see the people come together. That's my favorite part. You see people saying, oh, well, where do you live? And they'll tell them the address. You're my neighbor. How do I not know you? You live across the street from me? And just to see that coming together and see the people coming out and spending time outside has been beautiful. I've done a lot of work with Van, who is the liaison between Salt Lake City and Wasatch Community Gardens. He has been my mentor and helped me guide this whole process along. He's been amazing at setting up the meetings, keeping the ball rolling. We work very closely with the Parks Department and the city, and he's facilitated all of that. He's also helped build the Poppers and Plots Garden, and more recently the Off-Broadway Garden, which is one of my favorite gardens. I love all of them, but this one's cool because it's right downtown. It's back behind some buildings. You'd never know there was a garden there. And there's no spot to really garden downtown, besides these community gardens now. So that's been the process that I've been going through for the last about 3 years now, and it's just been beautiful. So thank you.